And then we're gonna bring our little piece of paper and we're going to write in one sentence, so we're gonna really use our thought, what it is that we would like to manifest. And this is something we share with ourselves. And you want to write so how we're going to start it, right? So we have our paper and our pen, getting into our contemplation. I like to start it with, I am open, ready, and available. Very important words, very transformative words. I am open, ready, and available to receive So this sentence is actually, it's about giving. So I am open, ready, and available, saying I give myself to you, to God, to creation, to the universe, right? So it's about reciprocity. We're creating a reciprocity statement. So when I say I am open, ready, and available, I'm saying I'm giving myself, I'm giving time, right? To be open, right? That means that will take my time, right? For whatever it is that is openness for me, I have to give my time. I may have to give energy. I might have to give something up, right? To be open, right? Ready means I'm gonna have to give myself care or spiritual bath, or I'm going to be ready. I'm gonna have to give myself a routine or a positive attitude, right? To be ready, I need a positive attitude, or to be ready, I need to give time, energy, and space for whatever it is. And then available, well, that's basically showing up, giving yourself, shining your light, being out there, participating, getting involved. And so I'm open, ready, and available to receive. And then your intention. Get very, with your choices, your word choice, be very, very clear. And you'll see over time your statement as it evolves, as your self-worth raises or your self-worth degrades. You'll start to see how clear your words are, how passionate, how excellent your word choices are, right? So you can just hold it here when you have it. So again, I am open, ready, and available to receive. And then you can just journal, write out, complete the sentence. Just feel into it. And really also feel into, what does it mean to be open, ready, and available, right? Because those are big words. And people like to say, oh, I'm open. But when you look at their life and you look at their routine, you're like, yeah, right? when you say they're ready, right? When you say I'm ready, right? You got to really be honest with yourself, right? This is something that you're aligning to. This is something that you want to work towards, right? This is something that you're saying to the universe, okay, I'm open, ready, and available. I'm taking steps, right? Even if it's baby steps, I'm taking steps, right? I'm starting to focus my energy, concentrate my energy, right? Prioritize. I'm starting to delegate. I'm starting to get real. These are things that you're asking yourself when you say I'm open, ready, and available, right? You're focusing on words of prioritizing, delegating, getting real. What is important, what is not, checks and balances, right? Getting real. When you say I'm open, ready, and available, it's like you're getting real, right, with yourself. And when you say to receive, I'm open, ready, and available to receive, basically you're saying to receive implies that you're going to trust. You're going to open your arms. You're going to surrender. You're going to allow your ancestors, you're going to allow the divine to create miracle. You're going to create space for your ancestors, even if that means an altar, if that's a prayer, if that's a little 5-minute meditation you do every morning to create that receptive space where you can feel guided or led or messages from the divine. So it's a two-way street. You gotta give some to get some, right? So the giving is like when you have an altar, right? You're giving to the altar through prayer, through candle, through meditation, right? Through flowers to your ancestors or to the archangels or to the masters, the teachers, the high ones, right? But you're giving, right? You got to give some to get some. And what are you receiving? You're receiving protection, right, from your ancestors, the archangels, spirit guides, the high ones, masters, receiving protection. You're receiving intuition, clarity. You're receiving leadership, right? You're inspired by them. You obey them. You serve them. They give you healing. You receive healing from them. So it's a two-way street, right? And it always is a two-way street. So when you're saying I am open, ready, and available, you're saying I give. Like almost imagine to the altar of your wish. Like see your wish, your intention as like an altar. I'm giving flowers, I'm giving prayer, I'm giving time, I'm giving attention, right? I'm giving awareness. I'm giving whatever it is you need to give. I'm giving, if you need to surrender, that's what you need to give, right? I'm gonna shine my light. Giving is about sort of an assertive energy. It's more about giving is more of like a sort of creative energy. It's about creation. It's about moving when you feel led to move, being inspired, being motivated, right? And receptivity is about feeling loved and feeling cared for. And a lot of times when we have an imbalance, checks and balances are a little off, right? When it comes to a two-way street, when we're not allowing God to give to us or allowing ourselves to receive, what happens is we'll feel like we're not cared for. We're not going to feel we're loved, right? So to receive can be very subtle. It doesn't have to be something it could be very subtle. It can be the hooting owls in the morning. It could be that your dog is healthy, right? That your car is safe, right? Your home you live in a good neighborhood, right? All of these things. To receive is to be grateful. To give is to be in gratitude. Why do we give? Oh, I'm in gratitude. Oh my gosh, I'm in so much gratitude. I'm going to give flowers to my ancestors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? When we give, right? Say thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. Right? I have a safe house, a car, safe car. I have a car. Right? And the receive is gratitude. Right? That gets you subtle, that gets you sensitive, that gets you simple, right? Because sometimes these directions, these little clues, these hints, they're not always going to come in like a big bang type of, sometimes they will come in so subtle that if you're not in gratitude, you're gonna miss that sort of piece, right? So, the two-way street, it all kind of circles back to what? Right? Gratitude, right? To be grateful. So I am open, ready, and available. Think of your altar and see your altar that you're creating in your mind, in your aura. What you're putting in the center of your altar, your wish, your seed of light. Around your altar is your ancestors, which is below and above. You have the archangels, the masters, the high ones, all around in all of the directions, the 4 directions. right? You have the crystals, you have the candles, you have the little deities, right? You have the sage, right? You have the little fragrances, right? So when you're giving, you're saying, you're making a statement, oh my gosh, I am so grateful. Wow, like I have these crystals, right? I have this fragrance, I have these beautiful flowers. So when you're in this state of giving, you're working on being beautiful, right? Because when you feel really beautiful, you feel really grateful. When you don't feel beautiful, you tend to not feel grateful, right? You know what I'm saying? So, when we're around beautiful people, or when we're in a beautiful house, or when we're in a beautiful neighborhood, or just feel beautiful inside, we tend to feel a lot more grateful, right? So giving, like creating your altar, your aura, your household mandala within your own time space machine, is really about cultivating beauty so that you can feel very grateful, right? And then to receive is the gratitude, right? The gratitude is, the receive is being simple, it's being subtle, it's being childlike. Receptivity is very childlike, right? It's very, very childlike, right? When we think of Dr. Seuss or Mr. Rogers or J.K. Rowling, it's just those little nuances. Like those little nuances are just these little grooves, right? That just make all the difference, makes it so extraordinary, right? Dr. Seuss, Mr. Rogers, they're not doing anything, over the top. They're not some glamorous, Hollywood over the top type of theatrics, right? But the one thing they have is they're very receptive to their own energy, right? Dr. Seuss, very receptive to the planet, to what the planet needs. Mr. Rogers, very receptive to what the planet needs, what the kids need, right? That's a gift. When you're gifted, it means that you are receptive, right? Gifted is to be receptive. And whenever you think of somebody who's gifted or talented, you think of they're cultivating gratitude, right? Which is this generosity, this ever-flowing generosity. Either they're playing the guitar for like 5 hours, right? Because this power of generosity, right? So we get into, grateful, gratitude, generosity, grace, all of these G's, right? The G, right? The G, right? So we talk about grateful, gratitude. We talk about the generosity. What is that leading to? Grace. We say grace is one of the highest beauties you can have. And grace, the beauty is not glamorous. It can be rough, like a little shell that's been beat up, right? Or a pearl that's kind of wanky looking, it's not so smooth, right? Or a crystal that's, kind of rigid looking, right? But it has this grace. It has this undeniable quality of beauty, right? Meaning it's in its sort of, I call it, it's in its whole, it's in its wholeness, right? And when we did that mudra that we just did, right, that's called the union mudra, where you're balancing out the masculine side, the masculine, which is the right hand, and the feminine, which is the left hand, right? You're balancing out union with both the masculine and the feminine, so that you can feel beautiful, you can feel grounded, so that you can feel very nourished. Okay. So now I am open, ready, and available to receive. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take a little hole, digging a hole in the dirt. I'm going to dig a hole. I didn't bring a shovel, so I'm just going to be digging a hole. There's all kinds of nuts, so I'm like digging through nuts, because this is like basically a squirrel buffet. Okay, so I'm just digging. My hands are gonna be, it's in my nails. Gotta give some to get some, right? So it's wonderful to get in the dirt, that's what we do when we're a kid. I love having dirt in my hands, right? It gets you really, really sensitive. Right? We're cultivating the receptive energy, which is like, I'm here, I'm alive. Oh my God, is this a straight up worm? I mean, you don't want to go too deep. I didn't bring my shovel, so I'm just gonna, luckily the dirt is kind of soft, right? Because I'm right beside a tree. So this dirt has a lot of roots. So just kind of dig, deep enough. where you can, like, at least go put it in. There's a lot of little rocks. And I'm doing this by a tree that I basically come by a lot, like every day, in my particular kriyas that I do for myself. Okay, and then I'm gonna see my hands. See that? Woohoo! Looks like a farmer's hand right there. Okay, I am open, ready, and available to receive. So this is something that you're giving to the earth. Like, you're like saying, earth, here I am, I belong, I belong, right? And I'm putting it in this magnetic field of this tree, right? And I'm allowing this sophistication of this tree to provide for me, right? And when we feel that I'm being provided for by the earth, we feel a lot more, when we're in that sort of natural rhythm, we're grounded, right? And we're very subtle and simple, very like in that childlike freedom, right? In that acceptance of change, right? And that fearlessness and that grit we have with our movement, with our life energy, right? And that a willingness to really be receptive to your own energy. I kind of have it, just fold it up a couple times so it almost looks like a little called a note in a bottle. See, like this. And I'm just gonna put it in my little hole that I've created. So I'll show you my little hole. That's my little hole. Looks like a little sort of beaver hole or something. And then I'm just gonna kind of put all this dirt back on top of it. So I put all this dirt back on top of it. And then kind of pat on the dirt. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sing this mantra, very powerful mantra, and I'm just gonna energize. Mantra will energize this intention. And then we'll just let it go. Satanam Kadapa Purik Nirbo Nirver Karmurik Ajugi Sebom Guru Prasad Jap Ari Sach Jigari Sach Ebi Sach Nanekohosi. Now visualize Gonga, see it growing, like it's coming alive, like it's coming out of the dirt and it's coming like a flower. See it like almost coming alive like a flower, right? See that manifestation. Visualize the stages of its seasonal type of progress, right? Really map that in your head. And see also what it means to be open, ready, and available. Like, you are a farmer, right? Your hands are dirty. You got dirt in your nails, right? You're a farmer now, meaning you have to, right? You have to give to it, right? A farmer is a giver, not a taker. There's only one phase of this that has to do with taking. Farming, only one phase of taking. All of it is about giving. The whole thing, there's only one period, and that's the harvest. But there's a whole lot of other stuff that goes on before the harvest. And I think a lot of people in manifestation, they want to take this, but they don't understand that there's a whole lot of seasons that go on of giving and giving before you actually can take, right? So, even pregnancy is all about giving and giving and giving. and giving. And there's really only one moment really that you take. Actually, there's never, as a parent, that you take from the child. You are the endless giver, right? So with anything of birth and manifestation, it's about a giving, right? It's about really figuring out what you can give to yourself, what you can give to your environment, what you can give to, your seed of light. Like a farmer, okay, do you need water? Do you need nutrients? Do you need sunshine, right? Do you need other plants around you? Do you need my help, right? Do you need me to do something for you? How can I help, right? You need to think about that with yourself. How can I help you, right? How can you help your environment? How can you make it more beautiful, right? That giving is going to give you that reaping. It's like how much you give into it is really shows how the turnout is with the farmer, the harvest. And if those pumpkins are looking real nice, or it really shows how much they've given over many times, maybe generations, right? How much knowledge they have. Really you can see it in what the harvest is. You can see the generations of knowledge, and if they have it or if they've faked it. So, but there's a period where we fake it to make it. And that's really about psyching yourself out into excellence, right? Just like when there's a car on fire and there's somebody underneath the car, and this is like, this person's stuck, and there's only about 10 people around. There's no ambulance. This guy's gonna burn up alive. So people psych themselves into it. They're like, fuck it, let's lift this car now. There's fire. Fuck it, let's lift this car. We have a chance. Let's do it now. We're gonna lose this chance in 5 minutes because the fire will even be more. So what happens? You see 10 people lift the car and pull this man out from underneath the car before the car basically explodes. That's what you call fake it till you make it. It's about psyching yourself out into doing something of excellence when you're really scared and you want to shit your pants, right? And that in many ways works for human beings who in many ways have been programmed to be more fear-driven than excellent-driven. Fear, oh, it won't work out. Fear, I shouldn't try that. Fear, I won't even do anything, right? So, Bisach ekonkar satanam karpapurik nirbo nirver karmurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap adi sach jugari sach ebi sach naneko sibi sach ekonkar satanam karpapurik Nirbo nirver karmurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap adi sach jugari sach edi sach naneko sibi sach ekonkar satanam karpapurik nirbo nirver karmurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap Adi sach, jugari sach, ebe sach, naneko sibi sach ekonkar satanam karpapurik nirbo nirber kamurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap Adi sach, jugari sach, ebi sach, naneko sibi sach Ekonkar satanam karpapurik nirbo nirver karmurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap adi sach jugari sach ebi sach naneko sibi sach Ekonkar satanam karpapurik nirbo nirver karmurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap adi sach jugari sach ebi sach naneko sibi sach ekonkar satanam karpapurik nirbo nirver karmurik ajugi sebong gurprasad jap adi sach jugari sach A be such, Nanak hosi be such. Inhale, exhale. Now so I was trying to light the candle, but it's too windy. So you can imagine that you have your own candle. So imagine you have your own candle. You can do this at your altar that you may create for your intention, your seed of light. And for your altar, what I do for a seed of light is it can be very simple. I like to get a succulent. I like to get a pearl. It could be a pearl necklace, a succulent, a pearl necklace, pearl bracelet. I also like to get an amethyst and a rose quartz. Put it all kind of around the succulent or in the kind of succulent pot, right? So again, succulent in a pot, its own pot, and you're gonna put pearls. You're gonna put amethyst and rose quartz, and then also you can put a white candle as well inside a white candle, okay? And then you're gonna put you can even put your seed of light inside the dirt of the succulent. It could be a bigger pot, like a bigger succulent, okay? And you can light the candle and kind of put it, beside the pot every night or so, and you can just pray to that, right? And you can also put picture of ancestors that you resonate with, like grandparents, great-grandparents, parents, siblings, friends that you feel are really supportive of you. And you could put that around this sort of altar, right? I call it the tree, right? The tree of life, right? Giving life, right? So again, a succulent in a pot, like a sort of larger succulent plant, maybe not too small where you can't put anything in it. You're gonna get pearls, rose quartz, and an amethyst, right? And you're gonna put a picture of ancestors around, right? You can hang it from the little, sort of hang it if there's branches, or if you can kind of put little strings and hang it, right? Like it's a little kind of like a tree type of succulent. And then you bury your seed of light into the deeper soil, right? And get the white candle and kind of put it on top of the place where you buried the seed of light, right? And you could just light the candle and just kind of allow. And also when you water, if you water this, succulent, the paper is gonna dissolve, right? It's gonna kind of it's gonna decompose, right? Which is wonderful. You're transforming that. You're alchemizing that energy. And this is the prayer that I do. I'm gonna do now. So this tree is basically my altar, right? Because I come to this very frequently. I pray. So I've buried my seed of light, right? And I see myself as the crystal, as the pearl, right? I see myself as the white candle. And I see myself as the ancestors, or I see the ancestors around me. And my prayer is, I call on the ancestors, the wise, dignified, and holy ancestors that are here to assist my incarnation and help me to ascend to higher levels of prosperity, creativity, excellence. I ask you for your help and your service at this time. Call upon the earth angels, the archangels, and the masters, the high ones who have ascended this earth and have mastered this planet Earth and the higher dimensions and lower dimensions. I call upon you for support and assistance. I also call upon my higher self, and I call upon the higher self of my soul team, my oversoul, the Satric record. I unlock and open the Satric record for knowledge and wisdom that can serve me well on this path towards excellence and manifestation. I raise my vibration, I raise my vibration, I raise my vibration. I am open, ready, and available to receive wish fulfillment. I allow myself to be at the right place at the right time. I allow myself to be optimistic and faithful. I allow myself to raise my self-worth. Raise my self-worth. I raise my self-worth and assert my creative energy out into my private space, out into the world, using that creative energy to clear out all old contracts, clear out and cut all soul ties that are causing a low self-worth program. I clear out the low self-worth program. clear out the low self-worth program. I clear out the low self-esteem program. I clear out the low self-esteem program. I allow my inner child to speak to me in the night and during the day. I allow my inner child to be a voice of reason, to be a guide. I'm available to my inner child, my youth, my innocence, my clarity, my purity. My inner child is my muse, my most inspired, most creative, and most exuberant state, the most holy, healthy, and happy state of me. I surrender to the will of my inner child. I surrender my ego to my soul. I surrender my soul to the power of creation and the power of like attracts like. And I allow myself now to transmute any sort of fears, any sabotage that is creating a sort of discord or dissatisfaction within me. Allowing myself to step out into the unknown, to step out into uncertainty. Allow myself to be uncomfortable and allow myself to move in a new way. Move beyond any resistance, any sort of blockages and roadblocks. And I'm willing to move past them. I'm willing to redirect myself so that I can create a openness and a freedom within me. Use that freedom to move forward. Freeing up my energy. What is not serving me, what is not working, I'm allowing myself to think higher, to be creative, to be inventive, and to pioneer the way forward with absolute resilience and absolute powerful visualization and powerful imagination. Allow my visualization and imagination to be the prevailing force within my life. I allow that to be the guiding force. I give trust to that. I allow that to blossom and bloom and to elevate me to the higher realms of imagination and manifestation. So inhale, exhale. I'm grounded, I'm accepting, I'm forgiving, and I allow things to be as I allow myself to move in the flow of my reciprocity. What feels right, what feels good, what feels powerful, what feels in leadership, what feels in healing and prosperity. So bring the hands together. We'll tune out with one long sat and short nam. So that was just an example of a prayer that you could do every day for your prosperity tree, right? That you can do. So bring the hands together. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Sat nam. Send this into the ground, into your seed of light, nourishing it like water and sun. Sat nam. Sat nam. Inhale, exhale, bow to yourself, and thank you for joining me on this practice of self-love, self-care, and manifestation.